Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host Swampswimmer, and with me as always, the Randolph to my Mortimer, Vespasian.
Nicely done, nicely done. Hi everybody.
Alright, so we are still in SoCal Joust. I mean, not still, we're still talking about round one. But before we get there, I saw a preview for a movie that I think 9th Age players would really enjoy. It's a movie called, what was it? Whoa, hold on one second here. The Last Duel.
Okay.
And it's basically, it's intriguing. I don't know if I'm gonna love it. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it's at least intriguing. And it's like knights, you know, back in medieval times. Noble is his wife is like, I think, like sexually abused and accosted, and he challenges the guy who did it to a duel, and it's like a battle of duels and like manliness and junk like that, and then also about the woman surviving that encounter. But it looks really cool action, a really kind of serious topic point, and it's like knights in fantasy, which is awesome. I think it's based on a true story back in medieval times. I'm not sure, but the really interesting part about it, it's got a crazy cast. It's got Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Driver, what's his name, Adam Driver.
Wow. Yeah. What a
and
great
seeing
cast.
all these guys dressed in like medieval armor. It's like that's interesting. So I'm intrigued. I'm not sure it's going to be amazing, but I'm certainly intrigued.
Okay. Yeah. Good tip. I like it. You've got some good movie tips. You know, the last one was the Green Knights. I mean, you're
Speaking
two
of
for
which,
two.
the Green Knight just got released in theaters, and I haven't. It's getting great reviews, but I haven't gone and seen it, and I'm like dying to go see it.
Awesome. Next time, tell us how it is.
All right, on to the game. So we are on to my round one of SoCal Joust. I am against the guy who I challenged myself, Henry Gripe, with VC. I'm a little worried about this game. I'm more than a little worried. Both list reviews said I'm going to lose this game. I feel like I'm going to lose this game. I'm scared. But we are playing Refuse Flank on map A6, and we got that. We talked about it last battle report, but it's a special secondary where it's basically you got to kill 3 characters, and it's the same situation you were in. Henry only has 2 characters, so I am starting off the bat with 4 victory points. I can't get less than 4.
And I think there was a side wager that you thought you could get to 7, right?
Yeah.
high confidence in yourself. Okay.
Ooh, boy. So let's go over my list really quick. I've got the Quaddle Lord. I took off the Grasp of the Immortal because I feel like he didn't need it. He's got Alchemy, Jade Staff, Talisman of the Void. He's got the Skink Priest on Druidism on the Palanquin. 5 Skink Captains, of course, paired weapon blowpipes. 32 Skink Braves with the Tree Frog Banner. 20 Skinks with bows, 20 Skinks with bows, 15 Skinks with javelins, 20 Temple Guard with the Flaming Standard out. I added that in to synergize with the Alchemy. 15 Chameleons, 15 Skink Hunters with blowpipes, and on these 2 units, both Skink Hunter units, I added Vanguard now. So they got that extra move at the beginning of the game, and then the 2 Thyros with the Sun Engine.
Got it. Cool.
So some small tweaks, but still the same concept. Yeah. But Henry is running the Vampire Counts. Oh, he's got the Lamia on the Court of the Damned with Mask of Innocence, which basically she's impossible to kill in combat. And the thing about her too also is she's not afraid of my Skink Blender because she has that special rule where when she issues a challenge and you can answer, you have to answer.
Yeah.
So she could throw her into my Skink Blender and just kill a character per turn, and then each turn I'm rolling a fear check on something not very good, even with cold-blooded.
Yeah, she's got, like, between her and the court, she stacks, you know, offensive, defensive skill debuffs, discipline debuffs, agility debuffs, and then she's got this, you know, nasty weapon, which basically always wins on 2s because of the debuff. So
the Reaper's Harvest. Yeah.
I think it's like the most expensive character in the game.
Yeah, 1,095 points is pretty steep.
Yeah.
But then he has a second vampire account, also Lamia, also Adept on Evocation, Destiny's Call, Great Weapons, Super Dex with Knight's Crown.
Yeah.
And Knight's Crown is you can't be wounded on more than a 4+ or something like that. I got into her, but
it removes the special bonuses of a weapon, right? So you don't get the +2 strength from a from a great weapon kind of thing.
Then he's got 35 skeletons with Flaming Standard, 33 skeletons with the Banner of Speed. He puts the court of the damned in the Banner of the Speed unit for that extra inch charge. 25 zombies, 8 dire wolves, 29 barrel guard with the Black Banner of whatever. There's 2 Z's in that word, so I'm not going to pronounce it. 3 ghasts, 2 phantom hosts, and then 3 vampire knights. So I'm looking at this list, and nothing really matters except for the 2 vampire characters. And if I want to win this game, and this is what I was thinking pre-game, if I want to win this, I can only kill the court one of 2 ways. Either the court gets out of the unit and I poison it to death, because it only has a 6+ armor and a 4 of Aegis.
Yeah.
Or if the vampire stays in a unit, I have to get probably the Skink Blender into the flank of that unit and kill it through combat rifts and crumble it. That's in my imagination, those are the only 2 avenues for me to win the game. I might be being hard on myself, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, so much of this match revolves around that one character. You know, it's a tough one to call. I mean, I do think that the Skink Blender has the output to kind of out-res a long-term combat with that character, but you know, the fact that it just kind of is going through your characters pretty quickly starts to take the teeth out of it.
Yeah.
You know, I think I said in the list review, the one thing I don't like about this list is just 2 adepts. It feels like a kind of a weak magic phase from an army that should have a really strong one. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's hard to take meaningful points off of it without getting into the vampire counts, which is tough for your list. Yeah, you don't have like a character killer. So.
Yeah. So for magic, I take again. He doesn't have any armor for me to Quicksilver Lash or Molten Copper. With the Quaddle, I take the Hereditary Word of Iron, Glory of Gold, Molten Copper. And then with the Priest, I'm taking Healing Waters, Master of Earth, which I took Masters of Earth so I could hopefully use it against the Spirit Swarms, what are the Spirit Hosts, and then Summer Growth, of course.
Why Molten Copper? For the Vampire Knights?
Oh yeah, for the Vampire Knights.
Okay.
All right, so here's the setup. I dropped first. Actually, I think we traded back and forth for a while, but then about halfway through, I dropped everything to go first.
Okay.
So I've got the Bow Skinks. I've got a Vanguarded unit of Hunters up here in the front. The Javelin Skinks, a Thyro, Quaddle, a Thyro, Bow Skinks, the Skink Blender on the far right. And I've ended up putting my Chameleons over here too, and then also another Hunter unit that Vanguarded. He has got Dogs on the far left, the 3 Knights, Dogs again, the Zombies, a Spirit Host. This is the Skeletons with the Flaming Banner. This is the barrow guard with his character on foot in there. She's right there with the little gold crown, if you can zoom in on it. Her right there. 3 ghasts, then his big unit of skeletons with the movement banner and the court in it. And the court looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I like his model a lot. Yeah. Then another unit of spirit hosts and another unit of ghasts on the far right here.
Cool.
So you drop those, and I'm thinking I need to get, no matter what, I need to get the skink blender close to his big bad general, and then the 2 units on the right I need to hit with poison first to clear the right side of him. That's what I was thinking. So after my first move, I throw everything up there. With 1 unit, I chaff. And then with all 3 units, I'm going to pump as much poison as I can into the gas.
Okay.
I move up everywhere else. The bows stay where they are because they're going to just take the brunt of whatever's coming on the left-hand side, but they're just there to take it. So in the shooting phase, I take off the gas, which is pretty cool because I'm putting 90 poison shots into it. Also in the magic phase, I put 3 wounds onto the spirit hosts, but they're still alive. And then in the shooting phase, that unit of dogs that was 8 strong, I do 7 wounds with my regular bow skinks. So that was pretty damn lucky. And that's all I really do in my phase. I don't think I get anything off in the magic phase, which is not a big deal. The first turn phase for me is no big deal. Oh, I just get the magic off on the spirit house, the magic missiles. But in his turn, here's what he does. He charges these ghasts into the skinks that were chaffing these 2 units. I flee. Actually, let me think about this. Where were we here? Yeah. I flee, go off the board. Then he redirects into this unit. I stand and shoot, and his spirit hosts go into this unit.
Are you sure you fled off the board? What is there's that unit down there behind your temple guard. Is that?
Oh no, they're still there. You're right. I fled all the way through everyone, and they're there. Now I remember. Okay, I lied. He did that. I stood against the gas, and then he decides to charge the court character out. No. He charges the whole unit. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember this correctly. Henry, correct me if I'm wrong. So he goes for a bunch of charges there. What makes it in is the spirit hosts into this unit on the far right, and the gas into this unit, and he blows them both out.
Got it. Okay.
This unit of gas is facing to the right.
Okay.
So my turn, I take that charge, so I'll tear through those gas pretty easily. So I go into the gas, I throw my Thyro up there to chaff his character going into my skink blender. And then I start moving to the right, even with my temple guard, because I know this big cascade of skeletons and zombies and everything is coming to my left. So I want to get away from it. And I also throw a piece of chaff in front of them.
Okay.
Yeah. I do, I think, another wound to the spirit host here, but don't kill him. I blow up the gas. Oh no, I do kill them. I forgot how I killed them. I think it was in the magic phase. Yeah. So that's actually really good. I end up clearing the far right side here. And then after I had already moved the Thyros here, and after I had already blown up the gas, we realized after maneuvering this unit as much as I couldn't prevent his court from getting into my skink blender, so I am just facing it, which is a little scary.
Okay.
So here's the big phase, the interesting phase at least. he takes the charges here. He takes the charge here into the bows, which is totally what I'm expecting. But then he ends up single charging his character out of the unit into my Thyro. And I think he was thinking of killing it, standing where he was, and then taking a charge from the skinks. But I ended up fleeing, and he failed his redirect. So the court now is going to sit out here with this unit of skinks, javelins, or skink blowpipes, full strength, and the blowpipes from the characters into him. So I have a chance of killing him at this point. When this happens, I'm like ecstatic. I'm feeling really good.
And does he rolls far enough to get out of the unit? Because with a base that size, he'd need to roll like probably a 6, right?
I think he does roll a 6, but we didn't check that during the game. I don't think either of us were thinking about that rule. But I remember he did roll a 6, so I'm confident he goes out of the unit.
Okay.
So he ends up there, and then he ends up right there. And then he overruns with his barrel guard here, and it ends up right there, which is a little scary. So in my phase, I step up with both my poison shots into his character. I gotta take him off. I block the barrel guard with with my Thyroscutus. He actually fails the charge with his Barrow Knights into my bows, so I'm like, cool, whatever. I've got him blocked up there for another turn. And then I also reform with the bows here to hopefully get a few more shots, maybe sneak in a wound with the bows. So this is like, I'm feeling this is my moment in the game to win. I gotta put whatever it is, 5 wounds onto him with just a 4-up Aegis save. I feel like I can do it. With
I believe in you.
30 shots, 40 shots, 40 poison shots, and then whatever, 16.
And other bows, yeah. Okay.
What are we doing here? I think I skipped over. So as you can see, I do all that poison. I only do 3 wounds to him. Not enough.
Okay.
So he charges into the skinks in front of him. He charges all 3 of these units into the Thyro. I have healing waters up, which is really nice. And he makes it in with everyone.
Does Barrow Guard have lethal, right? So.
Yes, they do. He also charges this unit, the skeletons with the movement banner, just straight skeletons into my skink blender.
Okay.
So of course he kills a boatload of skink hunters and they flee away. He stands, turns, and he wants to face these guys. I'm trying to remember what happens here. He makes it in with these guys, kills them. And if I remember correctly, he the Thyroscutus survives with 1 wound left.
Okay. Nice.
And I remember he tries to crush attack his other vampire, but with all his vampire special rules, because he's distracting and he's defensive skill like a bajillion, I have to hit on a 6, and I end up rolling a 6. I'm like, yes! And then I think I roll a 3 to wound, but he was saying that I can only wound on a 4+.
Oh, maybe I'm misremembering the rule from that item, but okay.
Yeah, well, he's still at a 4-up Aegis anyway.
Yeah.
So, in my turn, I don't end up killing in this chart. I thought I was gonna just destroy the skeleton unit and pop them. I whiff hard.
It's both what I said and can't wound on better than a 4-up, so both. Yeah. Wow, good item.
Yeah. So I was hoping I was going to pop this skeleton unit with my amount of attacks, but I didn't, and then turn to face him and shoot him. But I don't. So all I've got left to hopefully kill him are 4 poison shots from the Thyroscutus and 20 regular bow shots. And he's at this point he's down to 1 wound. The dice is showing something different there. I think that's a 2. But I know he was down to 1 wound at this point. There we go. See, 4 wounds. Yeah. I do yeah. He's down to 1 wound left. I'm this close to killing this guy and then winning the game, in theory. So, again, even in the second round of combat, I don't bust this unit, which is crap.
Brutal.
He ends up killing the bow skinks with his knights here, which is totally expected. He finishes off the Thyro, turns to face my temple guard, and what happens? That's the end of the game here. But what happens is he ends up charging my bow skinks. I get one last chance, 20 shots to stand and shoot to do 1 wound, and I don't do it. And at that point, I call the game because he basically quadruple charges my temple guard with all these guys with lethal strike, and it's all over. So at that point, I concede. I get 4 points. Not the best start for the skink cloud. Henry, to his credit, since Friday night before we were all together drinking, he was offering me I think 6 points before the game, and then he kept every until after midnight, and then every turn after that he kept offering me a point lower, and I wasn't gonna take it because I wanted to beat him, and I should have taken those points.
Man, brutal. Okay.
Yeah, so looking back, I feel like I played it right because I got him out of the unit. I feel like I played it right, and I feel like I had a chance. I had a window to put those wounds on him, and I just couldn't do it.
I think it was a mistake on his part to charge out. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what the value of that is in this match, because you have such huge range pressure. Like I would keep it in the unit, right? Make it harder to
because here's where he charged the Thyro, which was here, and I fled. If he had charged with just the unit, I probably would have stuck. And I'm assuming I would have. I wouldn't have. Because I'm only leadership 6 without that range from my general.
Yeah.
I think he might have been afraid I charge in there, hit the whole unit sticks against my stubborn Thyroscutus, and then I flank charge with this unit, and I think my Skink Blender, and if I think I go in the flank of his bus, I'll pop him. I think that's what he was thinking.
Yeah, I guess what was the positioning of the Thyro? It didn't look to me like it would set up a flank for the Blender. Oh, would it? Maybe
close.
Close. I mean, he could have reformed and put you in his front, it looks like.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, I think that like, I would never want that court out of that unit in this match. So I think you got an opening because of a minor mistake on his part to take that model out. But otherwise, I think he played it well. I think you did what you could. Kind of slowing down the bulk of his army and trying to really focus on one portion, pick up some points, and get the big character. I mean, I think this is this is part of the reason why I don't like grudge matches. Is say whatever he wants. He happens to bring a great counter to your list, right? So if that was just happenstance or not, but yeah.
We talked a lot about his list. He's been playing this list for a while. Because he normally brings the Colossal Zombie Dragon, and that's what I was anticipating. And I think that's a better matchup for my Skink Poison. But then he's got the court this time, which really helped him out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tough match. I mean, I think on paper this is like an orange or a red. So I think the outcome is not not surprising that, you know, the fact that you had a real shot, you know, and just one wound away from a big swing is, you know, is pretty commendable. And yeah, it's a tough match.
Yeah, and all in all,
I like the look of this army though. Really nice to see two beautifully painted armies on the table. Of course,
I wouldn't call mine beautifully painted, but
you get a good theme and everything. I mean, it looks good.
so, and even I'm not that upset because I should have gotten a 0 and I ended up getting a 4. So I'm like, it's not the end of the world. I'm still not that upset about it.
Yeah,
Henry's a great player. We had a great time anyway, so no hard feelings. It was a great game.
Good.
Well, that ends up, that's the end of round 1. Vespasian's on 15. I'm on 4. We're going into round 2. We will see you in the next few videos. If you're still watching, please like and subscribe, and have a good evening.
Thanks, everybody.